Welcome to the Hinge. We're outside, so we showcase some more green shit.
Green! Matt, what have you been watching? What have you been doing? Is there any sort of news?
There is loads of news. None of it we're going to talk about, though, because we're just going to talk about all the weird stuff we've been watching.
Okay, so I'm watching XFiles.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I've just been dipping in...
Because it's Halloween or because it's
just
X-Files?
I've just started watching it because it's all on Amazon Prime for ages. So there's an episode where this guy is basically super lucky. He's playing poker with all these mobster guys, and he just can't help but win. He wins all the money, and then the mob guy's like, well, let us win it back. He's like, no, I only want 100 grand. And then they throw him off the top of a building. He falls through into the subway into like a pile of clothes or whatever, and survives. Whatever happens, he just can't. It's just always lucky. Wow. And then the mob try and kill him, and then they send people after him, and this guy like slips over and his shoelace gets caught in a fan, and then he has a heart attack. Shia LaBeouf is his neighbour who's a bit ill. He's got some sort of blood.
Shia LaBeouf must have been like...
Oh, he's like
even
10,
age.
11, yeah. So he's next door neighbour, and he's got some sort of blood disease. I don't know what it is. So this next door neighbour man, who's super lucky, he tries to stay hidden, doesn't use his power, but he's trying to earn money to pay for this guy's blood medicine. He's made Shia LaBeouf all these random toys that are like, you press this and this happens, like the Rube Goldberg machines. You know the ones where you press a thing and this rolls down here and hits the thing and hits the thing?
Oh, yes.
Whatever they're called. So anyway, he's made it... Shia LaBeouf went out of Kinects. This is a really shit story, but I'm just really think about it. And it's like, remember the Kinects roller coaster that was fucking massive? Yeah. So it's basically the size of that on this big board. Anyway, near the end, Shia LaBeouf has like a big blood problem, has to go to hospital. And the paramedics run in and they're like, quick, we've got to save him. And Shia LaBeouf's like, he's like, Mom, make sure you bring the toy thing you made me. And then it's like, this toy is like this big.
What, in his hospital then?
And he wants his mum to ship it in the car all the way to the hospital.
I don't understand how this is in X-Files.
Because the guy's just really lucky. But the whole time, I was just thinking of the mum. Like, it's like this big, and she has to put it in the car and drive to the hospital and then put this massive Kinects roller coaster. It's just stupid.
It's not
and it really, I've been thinking about it all week. And it's just Shia LaBeouf just like, Mom, make sure you bring that toy. And you think it's not like, oh no, he survives. Because the mobster guy has the same blood type. And the mobster guy gets killed by some crazy luck thing and gives it to Shia LaBeouf. Because I think when you die, obviously you can just get the blood taken.
I think surely the blood's the first thing that stops. And like,
I don't know.
All just solid.
But it's just, I'm thinking about a lot the fact that he's just like, it was just stupid. And it's like, why anyway, so that's the news so far. That's just been on my mind all week with Shia LaBeouf thing.
I've been...
Specifically.
Wait, I did see something with Shia... Oh, no. It was mostly just like talking about the Uncharted film.
Oh yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland. But did you watch the same thing?
I only saw the...
Tom Holland, he doesn't really look like...
He seems very little. I don't know if he is little.
He does, but I think... I don't know, when you saw that, there was a picture of him and Nathan Drake from the first one.
He's just dressed him up the same.
Quite young, But I don't know. I've never played the Uncharted game, so I don't know his mannerisms.
He's just like a cocky...
But I kind of
Did you see Nathan Fillion, is it? Did you see when he did his Scream sort of thing? He made a Scream test for Uncharted.
Well, I understand Nathan Fillion would be good for that, but I feel like Nathan Fillion, they might be like cashing out really too...
Yeah, he's too old.
Yeah.
But he did this amazing thing where he did it so it looked like he was in the game, so they had all the camera perfect, so he's going through like a level as him. And to be fair, it looked well better.
Okay.
But I don't know, Uncharted is just basically Indiana Jones. I've played all the games, but they were just like, the story's not great.
So that's why I was on Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Because Indiana Jones,
Oh yeah, I see the connection. Everything with this thing has to connect to Shia LaBeouf somehow.
In some sort of way. I actually recently finished watching Transformers War for Cybertron.
I've not seen any of the movies. I've seen like 10 minutes of the first
No,
movie.
War for Cybertron.
Yeah.
Netflix one. That was actually pretty good. I started watching it and I was like, oh yeah, you know what, this is kind of good, but I don't think I'm really going to get too into this. And now I'm really desperate for the next one. So that's the Shia LaBeouf link because I had to use Shia LaBeouf. I'm
halfway through Haunting of Hill House. I'm not
halfway through Haunting of Hill House.
I watched like 2 episodes when it first came out and then just forgot about it.
I don't care for horror, but I was recently watching it. I watched it last week with Becky, and now I've stopped, and I need to watch the
Have you got the bit with the?
I've got to the continuous shot bit.
Which one's that?
The continuous shot.
Oh, wait, it's going over each bedroom.
No.
There is a continuous shot.
Haunting of Hill House or Haunting of Blythe Manor? Are you watching?
No, the first one.
I'm watching the first one as well.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give too much away because I'm on episode 6.
Okay,
I've done episode 6.
So I've just done 5, about to do 6.
Right. Okay. 6 was all shot in one continuous.
Oh yeah, this one's definitely not. Yeah. I watched one before. Yeah.
Oh, so wait, you just watched 6. So what? So just
the guy
like
the drug. It's a drug brother.
The drug brothers.
Where he's like trying to get off the drugs or whatever.
Yeah, the drug brothers.
And the things happen, but I knew that thing.
The thing happens right at the start, yeah.
No, the thing where you like the bent net lady.
But how are you finding it? Are you
I really enjoyed it because I don't know why I stopped watching it originally. I thought I'd watch more. I thought, I'm about halfway through that or I nearly finished it. And then I was rewatching. I was like, oh no, I only need like 2 episodes, maybe 2.5 episodes. So the whole bit where he goes in the cellar in the little...
oh god, that's horrifying.
Yeah. And the bit with the man with the...
those parents are so fucking horrible. They'd just be like, the little girl's just like, oh, there's no basement. There is no basement.
Yeah.
Are you stupid? There's no basement, you fucking liars. Why is there a down button?
Why does it go down?
Why is there a down button on this ground floor
and
thing?
The fact that you'd just be able to look through the floorboards, because all it is like bare floorboards above, so there'd be gaps. You'd be able to see. It's directly below the kitchen.
I don't know. I feel like everyone watching this will just be like, yeah, you just need to finish it, and then you can understand what all this stuff is.
It's very good though. But I know there's loads of ghosts in every shot. And then every time I watch an episode, I go on IMDb and it's like, oh, there's a ghost here, and I was like, oh, I didn't see any of those ghosts.
Becky's quite good because she's done all the IMDb, because she watched it quite a while ago. And then she goes and tells me when all the ghosts... So after the ghosts have been on there, she'll go, did you see any ghosts in that scene? I'll be like, no, I didn't. Then would watch it again and she'd be like, did you see any ghosts in that scene? I'll be like, no, you'll have to point these ones out.
The only thing I noticed that wasn't like an obvious one is there's a bit where the woman's, the mum's chatting in bed and her hair, like... It's like someone's holding her hair to the side. Because I remember going, oh, that's weird. Have you watched any of Unexplained? Unsolved Mysteries, not Unexplained. I keep trying to...
Unexplained?
Unexplained's podcast I listen to.
Oh, yeah.
But Unsolved Mysteries is the one where it's been going for like 1 million years, and usually it's crimes, but this one's been weird mysteries. Anyway,
spooky.
The second half isn't very good. There's a whole one in Japan, which I didn't realise I'd been to. It's not Nishimiyaki. I can't remember the place. This place, it's where the tsunami hit. The tsunami happens, obviously it's terrifying. You see all the footage. It was a horrible thing.
You know what? I got into a trap yesterday watching like hours of tsunami footage.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
All this footage, and it's terrible, terrifying, because people are just walking down the street and then suddenly it's just like... So you're like, okay, what's this unexplained, unsolved mystery? What's it going to be? And it's like people are seeing ghosts of people who are dead from the typhoon. And I'm like, ooh, I've not heard this before.
Okay.
Give me some footage. Give me some shoddy camera work. Give me some mystery. Nothing.
Really?
The whole episode, and it's obviously it's very upsetting, and it's clearly people who have like lost their families
and they're seeing experience.
And then they're seeing people. Oh, I thought I saw them there, but there's not a single shred of evidence or even a bit of something. It's just people going, "Yeah, I saw ghosts." But there's the whole episode was like 52 minutes, and you're like, "Okay, come on, give me one."
Where's the ghost? Even people don't explain about seeing the same person along one street corner or anything like that. There's no collab, loads of people say, we all see the same one person.
No, the only thing that was like sort of physical evidence was loads of taxi drivers kept picking up people. They'd get in the car, they'd drive them to a place, and then turn around and the person would be gone. And then taxi drivers were logging the journey and then paying for the thing themselves out of respect. So there was all these logs of taxi drivers with no one in. But I'm thinking, are they just people running off?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. But that was the only...
People wouldn't do that in Japan. No, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's the only kind of vaguely physical, but I was just so disappointed because I was like, Japan. I was like, oh God, I've actually been to this place. This is really interesting. Ghosts as well. Great. No. Anyway, Unexplained. The second half of the season. The first season was really good. There's like a guy who his body fell through the top of a hotel from the top, but he must have been catapulted off the roof because there's no physical way you could jump that far, and you need like 4 people throwing you. Yeah, and it's like, how did he get there? That's like unsolved.
Yeah,
But so far, the second season is like, oh, this person's been kidnapped, and it's like, okay, well, give me more.
Yeah, give me more. I watched. I don't know if I think we might have spoken about this on another one. Ghosts, BBC.
Yeah, you spoke about it. Really I cut it out, though.
Yeah, okay.
Because you spoke for like 30 seconds and we didn't really add anything.
No, we've always been our family's always been a kind of weird, spooky family in that way. I don't think everyone else's family's like, no, we don't believe in ghosts. Yeah. And I'm like, but our family's like, yeah, ghosts live.
Well, here's a scary one for me that my girlfriend told me the other day. So one of her friends, I can't remember who, they had because I spoke about you, because you speak to God.
I used to speak to God, yeah.
So Mark would be a tiny kid, and he'd be speaking to God in his room.
I think I was speaking to God. I think I was actually just speaking to a ghost, but I thought it was Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like,
Jesus isn't God.
No, but I used to think it was Jesus.
God the ghost. I used
to think I didn't used to call it God, I used to call it Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it was like Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
He was like...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, because he was Jesus. I remember him being Jesus, not God.
Okay, God. So one of her friends, the kid kept talking to somebody. I can't remember the name of it, but talking to someone, and it was just became like a normal thing, like invisible friend, the classic kid thing. Anyway, one time the dad or the mum, I can't remember, goes upstairs and goes, "I can hear the talking, but I can hear 2 voices." Like they kept hearing but it sounds like he's putting on a funny voice. Anyway, they go in the room and open the door, and there's like a jacket and like sort of a jumper or something stood up and it basically just...
I'm getting chills, I hate...
And it basically just fell down, like it was on a mannequin almost, and they just fell. It was like some of the dad's clothes or something, and the kid was sat there, and these things were sat there, and it fell down, and they left the house.
Oh, that is really
and then they went back. That's it. I've not really got that. I've only got that weird coffee story.
Please tell the coffee story, because I try and tell the coffee story to people.
I'm not really good at telling the story.
Sound as good as it is, but it was fucking. This is a weird one.
Okay, so I'm trying to make it sound too boring, but basically I was a estate agent for a few years, well, about 5-6 years. And there was this house, I'm not going to say where everything is, but it doesn't really matter. So in Manchester. So there was this house that was like a detached house. It was like a 1960s. It was okay. It was okay. And basically the people had bought it to renovate. But they did that classic thing where they just strip everything out and paint it all white. And it's just had no character. But to be fair, it was like a 1960s house. Wasn't that great? So anyway, the builders were in there. There's like 3 or 4 builders just finishing off. And I had to go and do the photographs. Because I used to do photography. Basically, I used to do the brochures. So I turned up, the builders are there. And I'm like, mate, I'm going to be like, half an hour, because most of it was just like a boring white room. A boring white room, they all look the same. No beds or anything, no furniture.
Right, okay, so you didn't have to set it.
So they're like, well, how long you been? I was like, I'll be half an hour. So they're like, oh, we're just going to have a break. So they all go to the front, like lean on the van, smoking cigarettes, having coffees, while I'm inside. So I go upstairs, blah, 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 doing it all. Last bit is the kitchen, and in the kitchen, they hadn't put the boiler in. That was the last thing they had to do. So you've got all these cabinets all with like the plastic salon and all that shit, but there's nothing. It's all like brand spanking new. There's a big hole in the wall where the boiler's going to be. It's going to go outside. So I'm like getting in the corner. So you walk in. There's a square room. You've got the back door there. You've got the boiler wall there, which I didn't want to get, and then I've got this little corner. So I've got like the fisheye lens because I'm a bastard estate agent to make it look massive. So I'm in the corner like this, trying to get a picture, not get the thing in, and not get too much of the door. Basically, I was just trying to take a photo. So then this builder guy, so all the house thinks of paint, so all the doors and windows are open because it's like, I say, it's just been finished off. And there's just like a long open hall, like entrance hall, and then the front door's open, and the builders are saying, like at the end of the drive with their little van. So you can hear outside just like chatting stuff. Anyway, I'm trying to take a picture, and he goes, "You right, mate?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm still looking through the camera, like, yeah. Like, I'm just finishing off, and he goes, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, mate." And I'm like thinking, I was like, "I'll be 2 minutes, mate." It's like the last bit. So he's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, a bit panicky. And I'm like, "What's going on here?" So I'm like, "What's going on here?" So anyway, this woman walks in. She had like nice looking leather boots with like little shiny, basically women's leather boots, but looked like quite new. She had like jeans on. And then I can't even remember what top looked like. She looked like reasonably well dressed, like not some crazy
you didn't think
homeless
like
person or crackhead, just some tweaker running in or something. So I'm like, she walks through like past me, and I was sort of scrunched in the corner
trying to take a picture.
And she didn't like acknowledge me for a second. She just walked straight past me and starts going through all the cupboards, but they're all empty basically. Well, that's how I thought. So she's going like this, and she's not even made a sound. She's not even acknowledged that I exist. She's fine. I'm used to that. And it's like this. So anyway, you got those funny little corner cupboards that are like a double cupboard that folds. So you go like this, and she pulls out this tray, and all the bills had basically put the teas and coffees and milk on this one little tray to keep it all clean. I don't know how she knew it was there. So she does it, puts it on the side, and Dow Egbert's coffee. Here's Dow Egbert's coffee. It's like these big jars of coffee, like instant
You can't tell them it's Dow Egbert's coffee. Or maybe it's a really good advert for Dow
Egbert's coffee. So
I'm like,
I'm like sort of, because obviously when you do it, it'd be a stage. If you're on the job, you like try and like you're always super polite and just try and be nice. And I'm thinking, I'd actually already met the owner of the house. I knew it wasn't the owner, but I was like, is it one of the builders' girlfriends? Is it their mom? I don't know. So I'm like, hello, like sort of. I don't even say anything. I just sort of stood up and was like, acknowledge me. Anyway, these builders come in, going, hey, shouting, and they come through the door. So I'm here. These builder guys are here. And they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like looking at them and looking at her, like, but no one's really knows what to do. And I'm like, do they know? They seem to think she was with me. Like, it was really confusion. Anyway, she's sort of facing away, getting this coffee, and she turns around with this Dow Egbert's coffee. It was new because I had the little seal thing on it. She opens it up, and I'm looking at the builder guys, and they're looking at me, and this woman has not said a word. And she just stood there in the middle of the kitchen, looks at us, but like not looked, you know, in her eyes are just like in the centre. And she pours this coffee, like instant coffee, into her mouth / face, and she's like this. I don't sort of like a cartoon character, like chomping this instant coffee, and it's like crunching, and it's like bits are like dripping out of her mouth where it's going like obviously reacting with liquid. And I'm like, but most of it's like just spraying all over the floor, and I'm like, these builder guys are like, what, like,
is she with you?
Yeah, basically it was like they're like, are you okay, love, you okay? And she's not, so she's just going, nah, and then it's just empty like that. And then everyone just sort of they're looking at this woman like, what's going on? So anyway, the builder guy's like, you can't be here, you can't be here.
Obviously, you can't be.
So they all like step into, I say, this big entrance hallway, and she sort of walks towards them. They all like kind of step back. But they're all these big builder guys, and I weigh like fucking 5 stone piss way through. But everyone's just terrified. So this woman just sort of walks past them, walks down the hall. They're all like stood back in the hallway. She sort of walks between them, walks out the front door. You can sort of see all the way down the hall, down across the lawn, just off. And no one saw her again. No one knew who she was. The builder guys were fucking terrified because I went back to the office and I kind of did a very quick version of that story. And I was like, what? And I was like thinking, oh, that was really funny. And then I'm like, that was weird. And then I was like, shit. And I hadn't taken a picture of one of them because all the bedrooms looked fucking the same. I realised I'd missed one photo. So I go back like an hour later and the builder guys were like, fucking hell, that was terrifying. Like they're all like really like freaked out about it. But it was just so weird. And I'm assuming it's some woman who's, I don't think she was from like a home, but she must have had some sort of mental break or something.
Yeah.
Because she never made a sound the whole time. She didn't make it. And I was thinking, if I was some woman maybe having a bit of an episode and there's like 3 or 4 builders sort of essentially shouting at me going, what are you doing? What's going on? I'd panic or I'd make a noise or cry. But it was so odd that it was like she wasn't there, but she obviously physically was there because there was coffee everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's some entertainment news.
Yeah. There you go.
Was that the hinge, Mark?
I think that was the hinge.
That was the hinge.
Thank you very much for watching. I'm sure wait, I know. Okay, there we go. I watched a really terrible Halloween movie twice.
Twice?
Hubby Halloween. Do you know that terrible
I know it's Adam Sandler,
Sandler
but I have
one?
not even watched a trailer of it.
Okay, so the first time I watched it, I was a little bit, yeah. Anyway, I was enjoying it thoroughly.
Too much.
Too much. It's got loads of characters from, it's got loads of references to like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison and loads of the Happy Gilmore films. It's got like Hal, I'm Hal-El and you're in my world now. Like it starts from Ben Stiller as in Happy Gilmore. You know,
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Starts
Sorry.
off with him.
How about a cool glass of shut the hell up?
Yeah, but he's like, so you're in my world, pal.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Mister.
Yeah. But she's not in it. I really wanted her to
But
be
is
in it.
Veruca Balch in it?
No, Veruca Balch is not in it.
She's a little boy,
but the other one is the one from Modern Family. You know, the one from
Happy Gilmore.
From Happy Gilmore, who I really love.
Remember.
But she's first time I watched it, I was like, this is amazing. Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard. And the next time I watched it, I was like, wow, this is real shit.
Mark, I've ordered The Omen
and
on DVD. No, but you can't watch The Omen. Try and watch The Omen now. Try and watch this off without legally downloading it. Prime's not got it. Netflix has got it. If you want to watch The Omen 2, 3, 4, the remakes, all, I think there's a TV series, they're all on Prime. You cannot get The Omen 1. So I've ordered it for £1.27 on DVD. I'm going to watch it. I'll post it through your door. You're going to watch it and we're going to review it because we did The Exorcist last year. Well, it might arrive today. Or it might arrive today. Sunday. It's probably going to arrive tomorrow.
Okay, well, we've got to be quick on it.
Please watch our Exorcist review. I think like 4 people watched it from last Halloween. But we said we'd do The Omen, and I'm making sure we review The Omen. So look forward to that.
Okay, enjoy.
Goodbye. Don't let the coffee lady chomp you down.
Yeah, make sure when you've opened Darrow Roberts' coffee.